Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 6 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 6 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter operations with integers, and the lessons we're going to cover today are add integers, subtract integers, multiply integers, divide integers, add three or more integers, right? So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? So let's just start with the first lesson. Here I'm on grade 6 math. The chapter we're working on is operations with integers. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is add integers. Make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can do these questions on your notebook also, right? The first one is negative 6 plus 3. Basically, first just see what are the integers. Integers are the numbers with negative and positive sign, right? Integers are the numbers, they are the positive and negative numbers, right? They include positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0, right? They are like this. Here you have 0. On the right hand side, you have all positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. On the left hand side of the 0, you have all negative numbers. They are negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and negative 4, right? So these are the integers. They include positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0. So there are some rules, we apply them when we are adding. So first we are working on add integers, right? So we apply some rules when we are adding, right? For example, the first one is negative 6 plus 3, right? So you can just rewrite this question. Negative 6 plus 3. You can rewrite this plus to 3. So 6 with a negative sign. When you have a greater number with a negative sign, answer must have a negative sign, and also you have to subtract them. That is a rule. If you have a greater number have a negative sign, answer must have been negative and you have to subtract. So 3 plus negative 6 equals negative 3, right? Here you are. Now change the negative sign to subtraction sign, right? Since 6 is greater than 3, the answer must be negative. So 3 minus 6 equals negative 3. You have to subtract, and answer must have a negative sign, right? Let's just start with the test question. Okay. Okay, the first one is 10 plus 3. Both the numbers are negative. So sorry, both the numbers are positive. You simple have to add them, and answer must be negative, right? Sorry, 10 plus 3. They both are the positive numbers. So answer must be positive. Simply add them. 10 plus 3 equals 13, right? The correct option is 13. Okay, let's just discuss the rules first. You can note down, no. Make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down these rules on your notebook, right? When you're next time working on addition, you can see these rules. Okay, you make a table, signs of integers, right? Then you have operation to use, which operation you perform, add or subtract, right? Then you have the answer sign, and then you have an example. Note down these table, please. Make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down these important things. No maths without notebook and pencil. Okay, for example, both the numbers are positive. You need to add them. Answer must have a positive sign. The example we just did, 10 plus 3, right? You simply have to add them, right? Okay, the next one is, for example, both the numbers have a negative sign. You are adding two numbers, they both have a negative sign. You have to add them. This is the operation you have to perform. You have to add them. Answer must have a negative sign. For example, negative 4 and negative 3. You need to add them. 4 and 3 is 7. Answer must have a negative sign. Got it? Okay, the next one is you have a positive number and a negative number, right? For these numbers, the sign depend on the bigger number, right? You have to subtract them, but use the sign of the bigger number. Answer have the sign that is the bigger number. Use the sign of bigger number, right? For example, you have 6 plus negative 2. 6 is greater. 6 is positive. Answer is positive. And 6 minus 2 is 4, right? Then you have negative and positive number. You have to subtract them. Again, you need to see the sign of the greater number. For example, you have negative 9 plus 4. 9 is a greater number. 9 is negative. Answer must be negative. It is negative 5. You have to subtract them and the answer is negative 5. Now we are done with the rules for addition. Make sure you have this table on your notebook, right? And now let's just do the practice questions. Now the practice questions are very easy for you because we learned the rules, right? Okay, negative 4 plus 5. Now you can see, you need to see the sign of the greater number. 5 is greater, 5 is positive, so answer must be positive, but you need to subtract them. So which is the correct option? The answer is positive one, isn't it? The answer is positive one. Okay, very good. Okay, add 10 plus negative 6. Which is the correct option? 10 is greater number. 10 is with positive sign. So answer must be, yes, no. The answer must be positive. 10 is a greater number. 10 is positive. You can see the rules here. When one number is negative, you can see the sign of the bigger number. If the bigger number is positive, answer is positive. If a bigger number is negative, answer is negative. 10 is greater. 10 is positive. Answer must be positive. You have to subtract them, but answer must be the bigger number. The answer is positive 4. Okay, add negative 9 plus negative 3. You are adding two negative numbers. What you have to do? Just see the rule. You are negative numbers. You need to add them. You need to see the sign. You need to add them. The sign with the answer is negative. Right? Very good. 9 and 3 is 12 and answer must be a negative. So that is negative 12. Option 3 is the correct option. Got it? Okay. Add negative 3 plus 7. Which is the correct option? The correct option is 7 is greater number, 7 is positive, so answer must be yes, that is positive 4. Very good. Okay, 7 plus 6, both the numbers are positive, so answer must be positive. You simply have to add them. Both the numbers are positive. You simple have to add them. 13, it is the answer positive. Okay, negative 6 plus negative 4, you are adding two negative numbers. So which is the correct option? You can take your time, think and then answer. Yes, that is negative 10. Very good. When numbers are negative, you have to add them. Answer must be negative. So the correct option is negative 12, right? Negative 10, right? Okay, 3 plus minus 3, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 0. The correct option is 0. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Now let's just move on to subtract integers. First, we're going to learn the rules for the subtract integer, right? So now I'm going to make the table rules for the subtract integers. Let's just note down the table. You can note down the table, right? Okay. Again, that is same. The table is okay. Sign of integers. Operation. Which operation you have to perform? The sign of the answer. Answer and example, right? Okay. So you are subtracting two positive numbers, right? You simply have to subtract. Both the numbers are positive, sign is also positive. For example, you are going to do 7 minus 3, right? So both the numbers are positive. You are subtracting two positive numbers. You simply have to subtract them, and there is positive. Then you are subtracting a positive and a negative number. You are subtracting a positive and a negative number. You have to add. Subtracting a negative number is same as adding, right? Subtracting a negative number is same as adding. You have to add, and answer must have a positive sign. For example, you have 7 minus 3. 7 is positive, right? And 3 is negative. Subtracting a negative integer is same as adding. It is same as 7 plus 3, and answer is 10. Got it? Okay, the next one is your one of the number is negative, sorry, subtracting them, and the second one is positive, right? You have to again add. Answer must be positive. For example, you have 3 minus 7, right? Here the greater number is negative, but still you need to add 3 plus 7, the answer is 10. The last one is you are subtracting two negative numbers. This case you have to subtract them. Answer must have a negative sign, right? For example, -7, -3, right? You have to subtract and answer must be negative, that is -4, right? These are the rules for subtraction. Now let's just start with the practice questions. We are going to apply these rules on the questions, right? Let's just start. Okay, 3 minus -7, right? Subtracting a negative number is same as adding, which is the correct option. 3 is positive and you are subtracting a negative number. 7 is negative. Keep this line in your mind. Subtracting a negative number is same as adding. Basically, you have to do 3 plus 7. Yes, very good. The answer is 10. The correct option is 10. Very good. Okay, the next one is -8 minus -8. Both the numbers are negative, right? Which is the correct option? Just look at here. Subtracting a negative number is same as adding. So it would be -8 plus 8 and -8 plus 8 makes 0. Whenever you have two negative signs, right? Like this one is subtracting and this one is the sign of the integer. You can say subtracting a negative number is same as adding. So that is -8 plus 8 and the answer is 0. Got it? The correct option is 0. 1 minus 3, which is the correct option? 1 minus 3. 3 is the bigger number with a negative sign, isn't it? Yes, the answer must be negative number, -2. 3 is the bigger number with a negative sign. Answer must be -2. Why? Because 3 is a bigger number, 3 is negative. Answer must have a negative sign. The correct option is -2. 1 minus 3. 3 is a greater number and have a negative sign, so answer must have a negative. You have to subtract them and answer must have a negative sign. Got it? -3, -5. Which is the correct option? Very good. It must be -8, right? You have to add them and you need to put a negative sign because both the numbers are negative. So that would be -8 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, -9 and -7. Which is the correct option? 13. Where is 13? Negative 9, negative 6, you have to add them and answer must be negative, that is negative 16. Very good. The correct option is negative 16. So just keep these rules in your mind, right? Negative 8 minus negative 2, which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Yes, it is negative 2. Very good. Subtracting a negative number is same as adding. So it would be negative 8 plus 2, right? And 8 is a greater number with a negative sign. So answer must have a negative sign. Yes, that is negative 6 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, 3 minus minus 2, which is the correct option? You have to. Yes, it is 5. Very good. Subtracting a negative number is same as adding. So that would be 5. 1 minus 10, which is the correct option? Negative 11. How? You have to subtract them and then you need to put the sign of the greater one. 1 minus 10 is negative 9. You have to subtract them. You need to put the sign of the yes greater number. Very good. That is negative 9 is the correct option. You need to subtract them and you have to put the sign of the greater number. The correct option is negative 9. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is, I think, multiply integers. Multiply integers. The rules for multiplication are very easy. Let me just write down the rules for multiplication also. So you are multiplying two positive numbers. The answer must be positive. You are multiplying two negative numbers. Answer must be positive. You are multiplying a positive and a negative number. Answer must be negative. You are multiplying a positive and a negative number. Answer must be negative. So if the numbers have same sign, right? Either they both have addition, they both have subtraction. The answer must have a positive sign. If one of the number is negative, answer is negative. Got it? Let's just start with the multiplication now. Multiply negative 5 times negative 4, which is the correct option? Both the numbers have a negative sign, so which is the correct option? Yes, both the numbers are positive, negative. The answer must be positive. That is 20. Negative 5 times negative 4 is 20. Okay, negative 4 times 5, which is the correct option? One of the number is negative now. So answer must be, yes, one of the number is negative, so answer must be negative. The correct option is negative 20. Very good. Can you hear me now? Yes, you can hear me now. Okay. Negative 9 times 7, which is the correct option? That is negative 63. Do not forget to put the sign, right? That must be negative 3. 9 times negative 7 times negative 9 is negative 63, right? Okay, negative 1 times negative 2, which is the correct option? Negative 1 times negative 2, you are multiplying two negative numbers, so answer must be positive. The correct option is 2. Okay, negative 1 times 1, which is the correct option? Yes, the answer must be negative 1, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is divide integers, and divide integers have exactly the same rules like multiplication. If both the numbers are negative, if both the numbers have same sign, the answer must be positive, right? Either both of them are negative, either both of them are positive. The answer in both the cases are positive. If one of the number is negative, the answer is negative, right? Let's just start with the divide integers. Divide integers have exactly the same rules like we have the multiplication, right? You can note down the rules for the division, right? If you are dividing two positive numbers, answer is positive. If you are dividing two negative numbers, answer is positive. If one of the number is negative, the answer is negative. Either divisor is negative or either dividend is negative, the answer is negative, right? These are the rules for the integer division, right? The rules are exactly same like for the multiplication. Okay, negative 18 divided by 3, which is the correct option? You are subtract dividing a negative number by a positive number. Like one of the number is negative, so answer must be, yes, that would be negative 6. The correct option is negative 6. Okay, negative 18 divided by negative 9, which is the correct option? You have to divide negative 18 by negative 9, which is the correct option? No, not 0.5. That is, you have to divide. That is a missed division sign, right? Negative 18 is dividing by negative 9. That is the sign like this, right? So the correct option is 2. You are dividing two negative numbers, answer must be positive. So that is a 2. The division sign, you cannot see the complete one. Okay, that is negative 6 divided by 1. The correct option. Yes, one of the number is negative, so answer must be negative. Okay, negative 24 divided by negative 3, which is the correct option? 3 times what number is? Yes, both the numbers are negative. So answer must be positive, and 3 times 8 is 24. So the correct option is 8. Okay, negative 7 divided by 1, which is the correct option? Yes, that is negative sign. The correct option is negative 7 because one of the number is negative. Okay, 3 divided by negative 3, which is the correct option? Yes. 3 divided by negative 3. Yes, one of the number is negative. Answer must be negative. Negative 27 divided by negative 9. Negative 3. Both the numbers are negative. Answer when both the numbers are negative, the answer must be positive here. The correct option is 3, not negative 3. Be careful. Divide negative 1, negative 5 divided by 1. That is negative 5. One of the number is negative. Answer must be negative, right? Negative 6 divided by negative 2, which is the correct option? That is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. It is 3. 27 divided by negative 3, which is the correct option? I don't know why my voice is echoing. Yes, that is negative 9, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 6 maths. The chapter we're working on is operations with integers. And the lessons we have covered today are add integers, subtract integers, multiply integers, and divide integers. So, please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. Make sure you have these tables on your notebook. They are very helpful when you're working on the integers, right? So we still have 3 4 minutes. If you have any question, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Please ask questions related to the lesson we just covered. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. And you guys did very well. Very good. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.